Hello and welcome. You are listening to Functional Wellness with Dr. Alison, and today we are going to discuss what you need to know about collagen. Specifically, are you someone who struggles with joint pain, inflammation, fatigue, long haulers after a viral infection, hair loss, thin skin, or eczema? Then this podcast is for you. Now, you've probably heard of collagen and maybe even tried a few brands. Some people like to add this to their coffee or their shakes because it gives them added protein and nutritional benefits. And personally, I love adding collagen into my protocols because it's a game changer for gut health and immune health. So let's talk about the basics of collagen. Collagen is what gives your skin its elasticity, and your body produces this naturally, but it's also something that declines with age, just like how we discussed NAD last week. So collagen is a protein, and it's a major part of your ligaments, skin, muscles, and tendons. And there's many different types of collagen that our body produces based on what function it's doing. When you don't have enough collagen, you might notice that your skin is thinner, weaker, more prone to outbreaks, rashes, eczema, and wrinkles. You probably are also notice that your joints are more painful, lose flexibility and strength as we get older. So the biggest benefits of taking collagen can be, one, obviously improving skin health, elasticity, and strength. It has also been shown to improve bone mineral density, and research shows that it can increase bone density by 5 to 8%, which is a huge change. It can reduce leaky gut symptoms and IBS. It improves joint function, mobility, and obviously can help lower pain. It also has been shown to boost metabolism, muscle mass, and energy. It works on liver health, it supports cardiovascular health, and my favorite is that it reduces skin complaints like eczema. So when my son was about 18 months old, he developed PANDAS, the pediatric autoimmune strep. His brain was on fire. We knew that he had a double ear infection. He had been on antibiotics, and this is where his body and his brain just started shutting down. And he had a flare of eczema on his little baby cheeks. So all I did was add in a couple scoops of collagen into his protein shakes, because that's the only thing he would eat at the time. It still is the only thing he eats right now. But it basically immediately went away. And now, 9 years later, whenever he does have an eczema flare, which is usually only about once a year, and it means we got to clean up food and do some gut work, things like that, I just add the collagen back in, and his skin clears up in a few days. This also means that we have to clean up his diet, make sure he's taking his probiotics and his multis and his omegas and all of his other supplements. So it's not just a one-hit wonder, right? We still have to do all of the lifestyle work and the support to help support our body. So what causes collagen loss? Now, our body's sources of collagen naturally decline as we age. Lifestyle has a major impact on this, like smoking, alcohol, and sun exposure all degrade collagen more quickly. So it's really important to clean up your diet, treat yourself, and really watch smoking and drinking. Now, are you a COVID long hauler? There's been some interesting research coming out how viral infections can cause an increase in the production of an enzyme that breaks down collagen. And as a result, ligaments are compromised. And this is why we're seeing so many physical injuries with long haul COVID, as well as longer recovery times. We've never seen this with any other type of virus. I looked at Epstein-Barr and cytomegalo. These are different viruses, and our bodies are responding differently. And one of those reasons, too, is eosinophils, which are an immune cell, usually associated with allergies, also stimulate this collagenase enzyme that breaks down the collagen. But this also happens with parasites, worms, mold, mycotoxins, and a dysbiotic gut. And if the sinuses are highly inflamed, then that's going to cause the eosinophils to go high. So really working with the immune system, tamping down allergies naturally with like quercetin and essential oils are really going to help prevent that collagen breakdown as well. Now, I've seen a lot of people say on social media, like, don't buy collagen. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. Your body naturally makes it. Taking it as a supplement doesn't help. And I have found the exact opposite, and research says the exact opposite. And it's like saying our body was born with water content in it. You don't need to drink water, or our body was built in with nutrition. We don't need to eat food. Like, no, we still have to take these things in for our body to be able to make its own collagen and nutrients. We need those precursors and that foundational elements in it as well. So, how do you get more collagen in your diet? Now, you can definitely add in dietary sources such as bones, skin of animals, seafood, and bone broth. There's a lot of cultures that eat these things. When I lived in China, we had a ton of chicken skin soup, but Americans don't usually find that as appealing. We're not a very let's eat bone marrow type of culture. So you're probably not very excited about adding it in. So what you can do is take organ supplements as well, like liver, kidney, bone marrow. All of those things come in supplement form. And you'll also want to ensure you're getting enough protein in your daily diet, at least 100 grams of protein per day, because our body uses the individual amino acids to synthesize collagen from our foods. And you want to add in those precursors like we talked about, like vitamin C is really important as well. So my favorite new collagen product is the MetaPWR Advantage. Now, we talked about this last week in the NAD podcast, and I told you all about this amazing nutritional element you want to add in. And I've personally tried a lot of different brands of collagen, and I can honestly say that I've only noticed major differences with the Great Lakes collagen and then the doTERRA MetaPWR Advantage. So most of the products I've tried, which you've probably noticed too, they either taste horrible, they don't mix well with liquids, and then they clump up, and you don't want to chew your coffee. That's not great. Or they just aren't effective in changing health. Like, I've seen no symptom reduction, no health improvements, and that's the goal of taking supplements and feeling better, right? Other thing is topical collagen has been shown to not be as effective because collagen fibers and proteins are huge molecules and they're too large to be absorbed by the skin. So the same goes for nutritional patches as well. Now, I've been taking the MetaPWR Advantage daily now for 3 weeks, and it's going to be one of my mainstay daily products, absolutely. And I've noticed that my hair is doing really well. And, this is a struggle of mine when I lost most of my hair in 2020 from being so sick and not being taken care of by the medical system. I've been wearing wigs for like 2 years and it's slowly growing back. It is. So after 3 weeks, I'm not going to see much growth, and that's okay. I have seen a lot of new baby hairs pop up, which is really exciting. I would say my hair does feel stronger. My nails, which are pretty brittle from my medications, are also getting stronger. So I've seen a lot of changes there. And my biggest change is my energy, which I can directly relate to this collagen product. I posted that I had my infusion, which is an immune suppressant, on a Wednesday. Normally I get them on Friday. And by the time my nurse leaves, I'm passed out on the couch because of the medication and how heavy the infusion is on my body. I take a nap. Like I said, by the time my nurse leaves, I'm asleep. And I'm usually asleep for the rest of the night. I'm a zombie. My husband just puts me to bed. The next day, I'm really cranky and I don't want to do anything. I'm sore. But this time, after being on this powder for about 2.5 weeks, I got my IV in. I sat down with my laptop at my kitchen counter with my nurse sitting right there, and I just started working. And I thought, I'll just work until I fall asleep. And I didn't fall asleep. All of a sudden, my nurse was taking my IV out. We're scheduling. We're done. I'm like, oh, this is weird. And then I stayed awake for the rest of the afternoon. I was able to pick my son up from school and not be so out of it that I couldn't drive. I was up not all night, but up all evening. So when my husband came home from work, he was like, oh my goodness, what are you doing awake on the couch? Do I need to put you to bed? Like, what do I need to do? I'm like, no, I'm fine. And he looks at me and goes, wait, is this a MetaPWR thing? Because it's like I was a completely different person. And then I went to sleep. I actually slept all night really well. I woke up at 6:30 in the morning full of energy, like, okay, let's get the kids to school, let's get back to work. I was a completely different person just because of this MetaPWR Advantage. And I've been doing infusions for over 2 years now, so I know what works and what doesn't work. And this has made just a huge difference. So next I want to talk a little bit more about what makes doTERRA's MetaPWR Advantage so different. So what's really different is that they've added in 9 different collagen types because they're focusing on that whole body role of collagen. So it's not just skin, but it's bone protection, membranes, as well as other types of collagen, collagen type 5 and 6 and 9 and 25 and 2 and 4, right? So there's so many different types, and we really focus in on the research and creating a significantly bioavailable product, which means you're going to absorb and use more of this than any other collagen product on the market. We want to use a powder form to ensure that it's going to be effective instead of liquid or solids. Our collagen is from sustainably harvested cold water marine fish, and it's been hydrolyzed to increase the absorption, and that makes it over 70% tripeptide fragments, so collagen broken down, which means it's 12 times more absorbable. Most collagens that are liquid are sterilized, and that reduces not only the nutritional content, but the antioxidants as well. It breaks down the collagen proteins. And other products have about 15 to 35% tripeptide content, which means you're not going to use or absorb as much as those proteins. It won't be as effective. You're going to have to take more for longer to see a difference. Plus, we've added in additional ingredients like liposomal vitamin C and rose apple extract and hyaluronic acid to help your body produce its own collagen, stabilize the collagen already in your body. This means your skin will retain the right amount of water to prevent dry or damaged skin. So this is going to be a great thing going into winter as well. So how do you use this? I would recommend adding collagen to cold water or smoothies or shakes, things like that. High temperatures like coffee or tea can damage or eliminate those additional beneficial active ingredients like the vitamins and flavonoids and polyphenols. Some of these other delicate ingredients are part of what makes the MetaPWR Advantage so unique and effective. So you don't want to destroy what we're building here, right? In the past, I've made collagen gummies with collagen powder, cherry juice, and a few other ingredients. I haven't tried it with the MetaPWR yet, but that might be something we do this weekend. And this works really well because you have control over the ingredients. They're really easy to make, and it's so much easier for the kids to eat, right? So the MetaPWR Advantage is a lemon orange flavor, so it'd probably go really well with like cherry juice or something like that. So that would be a great experiment to try. I'll keep you posted on that. All right. So our group MetaPWR Challenge, or really a support group, will begin October 17th. So make sure to grab your link and your kit below. Sign up for the challenge. You'll get access to our group. We're going to have a private chat, accountability partners, customizable meal plans, consults with me are included. And again, we start the 17th. So join us now. So that way you get your kit in, you're ready to jump in with us. So that way you feel amazing and so different by the end of the year. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with all of our podcasts, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to Functional Wellness with Dr. Alison. If you would like personalized care and testing, you can schedule an initial consult online and get started with your wellness plan right away, or message us on Facebook at Little Black Bag Medicine. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next week.